Hey gang, it's Ark. At long last, I'm back in the Long Dark. And today I've got a special little challenge mashup for you guys. This is a series of smaller challenges that I didn't really think, they don't really warrant their own series each because there's not that much going on individually, but I think these combined together should make a good series. So I don't want to spend a ton of time on this part. I want to just get into the action, so what I'm going to do is display all the rules for each of the 3 challenges, and you can just pause the video and read as much of this as you are interested in. Here's the second challenge, and there's some info in here on who came up with these as well, and here's the third one. And I'll talk a little bit, I'll give a brief overview of what we're doing as we get into the series. Let's get out of here. Now I am going to do this run in Misery, which is going to be quite difficult. I'd recommend, if you want to try this and you want an easier experience, probably try Voyager, maybe Stalker. If you're really experienced with the game, try Interloper, and you're certainly welcome to try it on this if you want, but this is pretty extreme. I expect the game to be able to kill me on this challenge. So we're going to give this Myster5Sky. Just a combination of all the names. And let's get right into it. Okay, so looks like we got some wind to deal with. I'm going to do some running to start with here. We are not going to be able to get as much healing from sleep in this challenge, so I think I want to go get a little bit of birch bark and go ahead and try to get inside to where we're going to have some warmth. And potentially, yeah, we should head for the guaranteed matches. Because I don't really want to take a lot of extra damage in the first part of this run. So for those of you who didn't pause to read the start, the sort of the main core of this is going to be a take 5 or hand luggage challenge. This is where when we're transitioning regions, we can only take 5 slots worth of items with us and 5 pieces of clothing. And there's some minor detailed rules that go with that, but we'll cover any of that as it comes up. And the other part of that is that we have to do a region transition precisely every 3 days.
I can't feel my hands.
No more, no less. So it's going to keep us locked in a region for a while, but it's also going to force us to transition after a, relatively short period of time. I think since we're cold, let me see if I can get out of the wind here. I'm wondering, I think I might even just walk now to try to conserve energy. Because there's going to be another part of this
Freezing.
is that we're going to have to sleep outside, which is going to require a fire. So I want to limit the amount of sleep that I need to get. I think we'll just kind of do a walkthrough here, get as much birch bark as we can in a single pass, and head straight to Thompson's for the guaranteed matches. I think that's a decent, or any of these birch bark? They don't seem to be. I am on a new recording setup here, so let me know if there's any major issues with the video or audio so I can get those fixed. I'll probably post this before I even record the next episode, just to make sure that there's no major issues that need to be solved. So please do comment with those. Okay, so that's the region transition part of the challenge, and then there's the Shabby's Mysterious Ways, which is very simple. You just can't go into Mystery Lake ever. The idea with that is to just kind of... that's kind of Hinterland's pet region. It's the center of the map. It's a good place to kind of bring everything to craft. You travel through there a lot. And a lot of the gear that you need at the start can usually be found there, like the hammer and the hacksaw and the bedroll. So I just think it's interesting to just cut that out entirely and have to rely on the rest of the map for those things. Okay, we've got rabbits over there. I don't see any birch bark, unless that's birch bark. Oh, okay, we do have a couple of pieces here. Keep an eye on my health. Every 2 of these that we pick up is 5% health eventually, so we can afford to take a little bit of damage, but I think we'll come back through here at some point later in the 3 days that we spend in Pleasant Valley. So that's why I'm not like fully searching this. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to come through here with like more teas and actually stay warm. I'm just going to do a brief first pass through here. Is there more over there? I think I see several, so we will walk a little bit further over this way to grab those. We got one. I don't see any more that way. Here's another one. And there's some more over here. I don't see any that way. Okay. We'll just go this way. And I'm not even going to go to the barn. It's going to be cold at the barn, and we probably won't get matches there anyway. So let's just go straight to Thompson's Crossing. Okay, so I told you about 2 of the challenges. The third part is one I came up with on my own. It's the Beneath Open Sky. This is basically sort of a partial outer loper style challenge where I have to be outdoors in order to sleep. So I have to sleep outside. I can only sleep in a bedroll or a vehicle, like a car, or a truck. And I can't take advantage of scripted windproof locations for fires. So I can't use like stoves or fire barrels that are outdoors. I can't use indoor areas to start my fires and then like sleep on the outside part. I can't use the open mouth of caves. We can't sleep inside caves, obviously, because that would be... there's an extra warmth bonus that you get inside of caves. I want to avoid that. Alright, let's get... And yeah, you can always go read the exact rules, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more. I'm hoping I can get some cattails here so we have some tinder for our first fire. I'm kind of surprised I don't see any. I think this is a moose location, although it might have changed since last time I was here. I see no cattails. Unfortunately, we're going right into the wind, so we're going to take a significant amount of extra damage on this walk-in. I can just walk into a warm house and harvest a stick for tinder if we need to. I think the energy is worth more than the health at this point. I think, because I've got enough birch bark to fully heal. We're going to heal a little bit from sleeping. One of the really tricky parts of this is because we usually will not have a 100% safe spot for a fire. I'm not going to be able to sleep for 10 hours at a time, which means our healing from sleep is going to be very limited. Alright, we've got a long walk across open plains here. I don't think there's anything better than I can do right now. Just walk across here and eventually make it. So we skipped the barn and we skipped most of the birch forest, so I'll have to check those places later. I'm going to be under a significant amount of time pressure, I think, especially for this first region, because it's a very large region and it will serve me well to loot a lot of it. But I've also got to, you know, get clothing and teas going and coal and get my fire going, and it's going to start to get colder outside. Should be very tricky. I'm sure we have frostbite risk. I don't remember seeing it pop up. Full disclosure, I did record one earlier attempt at this episode, and it was just a completely cursed attempt. I had all my graphics wrong, the resolution was wrong, I forgot the rules and slept in the truck in the barn, so there were just so many things that went wrong that I decided we better just start fresh and get it right this time. So I do have a very small amount of experience with this part, which did lead me to realize that it probably did not make sense to go to the barn at first. Alright, so we're coming up on the church here. I don't know if it's going to be warm in the church. So we might not step in there first. There is a wolf that likes to hang out here now. I'm going to grab a few of these sticks in the back. We can always come back outside after we warm up to get more sticks. Let's see, I got a lot of, like... I should probably go inside until the wind stops. Let's see where our friend the wolf is here. Don't see him yet. think we'll skip the church for right now, just because I suspect it's going to be cold in there. Okay, we've got a truck we can step into if there's a problem. I'm going to head for this warm house. There's another car. There's our wolf friend. Alright, looks like he is not going to detect me in time to cause an issue. Close, but no cigar. Alright, so I really want to avoid taking any more health damage at this point. Go and do a quick loot out of this place. If I get clothing first, that would help me warm up faster. So let's check in the bedroom first. And I just have to remember I can't sleep in here. I can pass time in the bed if I want to warm up quickly, but that's not a very good usage of time. So sleeping, since I have no bedroll yet, is going to have to be done in one of the cars outside. And because it's so cold outside, I'm going to need a fire going next to the car. I guess I'll take these in case I get food poisoning. Now we could harvest some cloth. I'm wondering if we should do that to warm up, or if we should pass time in the bed to warm up faster. Let's see what the temperature is here. 4. It's not terrible. I'd love to go into community hall. And see, I probably don't want to start a fire right away. Let's get some cloth. I'm thinking if I build up enough warmth, I can probably go in the community hall and stay warm while I loot that. Just have to run over there real quick. I'm gonna need a lot of cloth for... I'll probably have to craft the improvised wraps and everything. Let's see what my frostbite risk looks like. Ooh, wow. That's high. 84%. That's on my hands. Wow, I'm surprised it went that high. We almost got it. So yeah, I guess... I'm sure that's not going up anymore. I guess we just have to run across to the community hall. Yeah, it's going down a little bit. That's good. Still sounds quite windy outside. Let's stay inside a little bit longer. Did I check all these cabinets? No. Let's get everything in here. Would love to get some tea or coffee.
Best be prepared for anything.
Tea is going to help us heal during sleep, and coffee is going to make us require less sleep. Both of which will help with the sort of outer loper sleeping outside portion of this challenge. Okay, we got some books from in here, if I remember correctly. I think we did everything here. Let me just get 1 or 2 more curtains, and then we're going to run across the way. Spending a lot of calories and time on this. Okay, let's just quickly sprint across to the hall, I think. Hopefully I can preserve enough of my warmth. I don't want to sprint right into a... Oh, it's a blizzard. Great. Well, it's not the worst time for a blizzard, I guess. Because we do need to spend a fair amount of time indoors looting right now. Okay, we're at -2.
Jesus, cold.
Looks like we got a sweater here. That's going to help me warm up. And I guess we'll check these as well. We got to move this out of the way to check this cabinet. There's the hotkey. Just put it anywhere, really. Turn that off. Hey, we got... Wow. I'm not sure I've ever found anything from those. Unfortunately... No, it's not an upgrade. Oh well. Nothing up here. Those curtains can't even be harvested, apparently. Alright, let's see if we get lucky with some clothing from this trunk. I think this is the other place I'm most likely to find clothing. Wow. Okay, that's extremely lucky. I think we're actually warm in here now. Yeah, it feels like 1. Alright, well that's a bit of a relief. Okay, let's check in here for more clothing. Sometimes you can get like toques and stuff from these cabinets or gloves. That would save me from spending the time crafting one. Okay. Might as well do this, so I finished this side of the building. Ah, thought there was like a first aid kit in here. I guess not. Alright, check around here just in case there's matches or something. And I think that's everything for this whole main area. We got this, but maybe not this. Yeah. Okay, free carrot.
This'll come in handy.
Those are not safe to eat. I'm wondering if I don't know, maybe maybe I can risk food poisoning. There's a few spots in the game where even though it isn't scripted windproof, like the opening to a cave, you do have technically 100% windproof areas. Very rarely. Just because the terrain is extremely favorable. So maybe I'll wait until I get to one of those spots on the map. I can't think of any in Pleasant Valley at all, so... But in those particular situations...
Nobody needs this anymore.
Well, I wouldn't even want to risk food poisoning because I'd want to use those 10-hour sleeps to heal. So I don't know. I don't know how we'll handle the food poisoning issue yet.
This'll come in handy.
Guess we'll take this. Unlikely to use cooking recipes anytime soon. That's kind of cool. This is safe and it's a warmth buff. I will definitely take that. Okay. That's everything for in here. I do still have a little bit of warmth left, and I'm probably going to be warm or very nearly warm in the store as well. I think we just sprint across to the store now to get the sewing kit. Yeah. I think we're pretty much done in here. The only reason we come back here is if we want to cook. Just checking. I did put the skillet there. Trying to think about whether I want that skillet for anything. I think we'll decide later. We'll be back in here. Okay, I just want to get inside the store directly. Really quickly. Should be straight across. And right in the door. And we're warming up in here. Yeah, I think this is the same temperature as the hall. So, pretty fortunate with that early clothing. This would be a much trickier start without the clothing. Getting a little bit of food in here, that's good. There's a couple of possible match spawns. There's always a sewing kit right here. Am I wrong about that? Maybe there's always a sewing kit somewhere in here, but it's not always in the same spot. I'm guessing that must be the case. Oh, I'm gonna be surprised if there's no guaranteed sewing kit here. I was pretty sure there was. But I guess it could be just very likely, and would like that soda, please. Okay, we better take those. We need all the food we can get. Yeah, there's the sewing kit, and there's the matches. Those are both always somewhere in here. For some reason, I guess my last several runs, the sewing kit always spawned over there, so I thought that's where it always was. But it does move locations. Okay, so we gotta remember, there's a couple of indoor tasks we can do that'll be really useful. I guess getting clothing first is gonna be the #1 priority while this blizzard is still ongoing. So I think we'll head back to the warmer house and do the crafting there. Probably worth the quick sprint through the snow. We don't really ever need to come in here again. Let me just do a quick once over. Because I don't think we're ever going to come inside this structure again. We might come around behind it to harvest sticks later on. If the blizzard stops. Yeah, I think we got pretty much everything out of here. Okay. So I'm going to try to get over to that house before we get cold. Do a quick sprint here. Ah, I'm stuck. Okay. I don't see the house. There it is. Yeah, we're cold. Okay.
Freezing.
Take a little bit of damage. Go ahead and step in here. I don't know. Maybe I should have just stayed in that house. There is more cloth in here, and we'll be warming up quicker in here, so... Plus there's, like, wood and stuff to harvest in here. Okay, so first things first. Ooh. How's my frostbite risk? Did I get close to it? Okay, we're up to 88. Let's see. Which one of these is faster to craft? I'm obviously doing both. It's probably faster to do the... See, the head wrap is 30 minutes. The hand wraps are 37. Yeah, so I guess we'll do the head wrap first. Oh, we have enough to craft a torch. That's actually really convenient. I don't remember where we got lamp oil, but I think I'm going to do that as well. That way we'll be guaranteed to only spend one match on our first fire start. Okay, so let's throw that on. Since I didn't find another hat, let me think. Is there another house to loot? There's a small chance of finding a hat in the church, I guess. I think I'm just going to craft another one. Yeah, let's do both. There's a small chance I find an upgrade, but it's not high enough to really worry about the extra 30 minutes. So let's just do a second one of these, then we'll do the hand wraps. We'll have as much warmth as we can get from the improvised clothing. That'll prevent me from getting frostbite. Okay, let's have these sodas. And then, what was the deal? This is at 80%. Let's just go to the clothing tab and sort by condition. So yeah, not really excited about... I think I'm just going to drop this. It's more efficient to harvest curtains anyway. We're just going to leave all that as is. I don't think we have leather to repair these, and even if we did, we should probably save it for better boots. Okay, so we're nearly fully warm. Probably want to get all the indoor looting while this blizzard is still going on. Let me check my food situation. I think it just stopped, actually. I'm going to eat everything that could go bad later. These I need to use for warmth buff very soon. This I need to eat right away. These I need to eat right away. A lot of low quality food here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 items. Yeah, 3 items for our first food poisoning night. And some other stuff. Okay, I think I got everything in here. We're pretty much fully warm. Let's go check the weather. I think I'm going to go loot the... Depending on how cold it is outside, we might loot outside or we might loot the church or the house. Depending on the wind conditions. It's not terrible. So let's immediately go right back here. This is a little spot that can have a potential hacksaw. Okay, it's a little bit colder when we're out. Oh, sweet. We got the hacksaw. That's actually huge. That's going to allow us to efficiently harvest meat from, like, frozen carcasses. Let me check in here. See what the temperature is. -6. If we had a little bit more clothing, we could actually sleep. Just check my clothing. Yeah, we got everything covered. Yeah. Unfortunately, Misery gets cold so quickly that we're never really going to be able to sleep outside until maybe the very late game if we survive that long. Let me just do a little bit more outside stuff. So happy with that hacksaw. Spray paint. We got a backpack back here. Should probably figure out where that wolf is. Did he detect me? Don't see him anywhere. Oh, he's right there. Okay. Let's just go inside here. Because I want to go down there eventually to check for the thermos and a couple of other things. Okay, so one thing that we could do if we ever find ourselves low on firewood is just come in a place like this and harvest these. It looks like there is no loot in here, though. It's crazy. No loose items at all. I could move these, but I don't think they tend to hide items, so I'm not going to bother. Alright, let's crouch and head back out. I think we'll go to the church and grab all the books. Unless we have a good opportunity to go down here. Oh man, it's so cold. Yeah, I think we're just going to loot this, and we'll go down to that station later. Maybe after we make a fire. Okay, so this church is probably the last indoor location to loot. Unless there's a house across the way, which I can't really tell from here. I don't think that ever spawns in Misery, but I could be mistaken. Okay, so we use all these for fuel to sleep tonight. We now have some tinder, so that's nice. I don't think I'm going to harvest any of those papers, because we'll eventually get plenty of cattail heads for tinder. I don't mind wasting these. What is that? Just a shadow of some type? Here's another book. And we've got another food poisoning item and another book. More cloth in here, but no point in harvesting it in here compared to the house. Okay, I think we're done in here. We gotta go warm up first, so I gotta decide, do I want to... What time is it? Probably need to just start my fire soon, I'm thinking. Don't know where I'm gonna sleep tonight either. We got a couple of outdoor things to loot, and this is technically the warmest part of the day, so we probably want a fire going for that. So I think we go back to the community hall for the multi-burner stove. Get a fire going, get some teas going.
Gotta warm up somehow.
Like stuck on the terrain here. Okay. Could go down there right now, but I don't think I'm going to risk it. Pretty close to the back door here. I'll keep that in mind. I don't see any sticks here. Let's just go inside. No, and I forgot I was going to craft a torch in the house. Should have done that. Let's just do it here. Yep, use up almost all my lamp oil. This will just ensure that I don't waste matches on this first one. Even though we have an 80% chance, I expect matches to be pretty limited in this run because it's going to be hard to carry them between regions, right? So I'm going to be limited to whatever I find in each region. And these are the only guaranteed matches in this entire region, I think. So, plus I might want to carry some to, like, Coastal Highway. Alright, let's do this. I think all I have is this can and this, skillet. Maybe I'll heat up, one potato right now. Use that as a warmth buff. Okay, that's got 14 minutes. Let's put this out. I think we'll throw on some books just to get rid of the weight. Grab a few torches. Let's see here. Got a couple of tasks to do. So the low condition... Actually, this is probably really good to do right now. Even though we have to smash it. And then I'm going to save this for a little bit. Let's do one potato as well. I guess we'll just jiggle that. Make sure it doesn't get messed up. Do this. Do we have a tea right now? No. Just thinking. We do want to get warmed up a little bit. Let's throw a few more books on. And wow, it's dark in here. Let me just pull one of these. And let's see. I guess we need to sort inventory now. I'm probably going to leave some water here. Let's just go through by category. So all that's getting burned. These I think we just leave on the ground. We might eventually use those. Keep all that. Hacksaw we need. We don't need any spray paint. Books will get burned most likely. Yeah, these aren't valuable books. We need more cloth. So I guess while I warm up, we can grab a little more cloth. Let's just make some water in here. I think I'll just harvest this actually. Yeah, we got a bunch of bad torches. And try to get some actual high quality ones off of here. In fact, I think what I'll do, let's throw a few more books on here. Start taking torches, and anything that's not like above 30%, I'm just gonna drop on the ground and we'll harvest it later. I'm gonna make a slight mess here with the lighting. These seem really bad so far. Not really thrilled with this selection of torches, but there you go, I guess. A few more books. Let's get rid of some of the bad books. Don't want that one, and we don't want that one. Okay, let's grab some curtains to harvest over here where it's warm. And I think I will do a couple of birch bark crafts.
Surrounded by snow and nothing to drink.
Okay, those are nearly ready to be harvested. Looks like we can do one more birch bark. I want to get back outside and use this relatively warm weather. I mean, we're also just about ready to sleep. I think we'll do a combination stick and looting run. So we've got a potato and a pinnacle peaches. I'm wondering if I leave this... No, I don't think I leave the fire going inside. I don't want to waste fuel. So I think we'll rely on those two warmth buffs to be enough. And we'll make birch bark in our next fire. So let's just get these off here. It looks like I'm not going to get to this curtain today. I want a lot of torches, so... Let me go ahead and, like that. I'm going to replace this. I'm going to replace this. Oh my goodness, let's go ahead and throw some more books on here. Getting really unlucky with these. I guess I'll keep this torch. Man, let's give me one that's decent. I mean, I can turn them into sticks later, but still pretty annoying. Alright, let's just grab whatever the last one is, and that's ready to go. We're going to take this with us. We're just going to take the water here. I'm going to leave some water behind, because we definitely don't need all this. Grab that. Grab that. Fire's going out. I think we're good to go. Okay, so drink a little bit of water. Let's head down to the dock. think I'm gonna eat nothing in here. Okay. Go and eat these peaches because they don't give much. Just want the warmth buff, and then later we'll eat the potatoes. There can be a thermos or a pry bar in here, which is the main reason I wanted to check this. Okay, let's grab some of these cattails, and then I think we'll head over to the other side just to check for tools and maybe that other house. And grab any sticks we find on the way. Wow, cattails are light. I can't remember, I think Misery has regular plant amounts, right? Not low. So we actually should find a reasonable amount of cattails. And tea ingredients. Compared to something like a Nagoa run. Where they're set to low. I don't have a pry bar. I actually need to replace this torch. Let me get out of here. Yeah, we're gonna attract the wolves, that's fine. Just grab my good torch. It'll be faster to do that. Alright, so this wolf is after me. Yeah, you can do your thing. I'm not too worried about you. Let me just get in here. Got 2 wolves now. I just want to see if there's like a... I don't even know if a hammer can spawn here. I think maybe it can't, actually. Maybe I'm wasting my time over here. Alright, let's just go back here and grab some sticks on our way out. About time to eat that potato over the warmth. And then we really need to get some sleep. It's getting to be that time of night. No sticks, apparently. Here's some. Okay, so that's going to keep me warm for a little bit. And I wonder if I want to travel partway... There's a few cars here that we could... I don't think I have the wood, honestly. I think we need to keep traveling just to get the wood to be able to sleep through a good portion of the night. I don't want to drop this wolf before he comes too far. Let's go loot this car. Let's keep him on the other side if possible. Wow, matches. Okay, that helps a lot. And I don't have to be quite as concerned. Let's get out of here and crouch and see if we can avoid attracting the attention of that wolf. Is this open? Let me just check the back. Hopefully that wolf is gone now. I'm gonna go up this way. Shoot. Let's just go inside since we got somebody after us. And we can just pop out the back maybe. I mean, they're not the end of the world, they're just annoying. So I'm mainly just want to... yeah, here's a fire barrel. We can't use that for sleeping. Let's just go over here and grab some sticks while we're waiting for these wolves to clear out. I don't even know where that wolf went. There's a lot of sticks here, though. That's good. Or no, those are my footprints, maybe? Yeah, I think those are my footprints. Alright, let's stand up now. Shoot, this guy. Wow, there's multiple of them over here. I don't remember if I got any rocks or not. There's another car up here on the road. Maybe I can sleep there. And also use that as a jumping off point to ditch these wolves. I think they might be... As long as we're here, let's check out this hill. I think there's some sticks that spawn somewhere in here. I want to get as many sticks as possible on my way over to that car. I guess one good thing with the weather getting very cold quickly is that very soon we'll have a 100% burn bonus. So we'll technically only need 5 hours worth of fuel to sleep for 10 hours every night. Time is it? Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I think I should probably just try to sleep at this car. If the wind kicks up, we can always run back to Thompson's and take shelter, or we can run to the run back there to the cave and take shelter there. We just won't be able to sleep in either of those locations. So we're going to be really vulnerable to wind. Yeah, let me think about this. I think I have to do it like right here. We're going to be very vulnerable to wind, though. This is not a great place, but it's what we've got. This run is completely untested, so I don't know how hard it's going to be. It might be a lot harder than I'm realizing. I know it'll be hard later on, but...
Perfect.
Thinking this first part should be somewhat doable, at least. Now, we don't want to waste a ton of fuel on this, so let's just get just enough that we can afford to sleep for an hour at a time. Yeah, we're warming up now. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to take some risks for the first part of this run, so I'm just going to go ahead and sleep now. I'm not going to risk the food poisoning right now. Okay, it seems we have no wind so far. Let's get another hour of sleep, and then we'll check the fire duration. Should be safe to step out here, yeah. Oh, that's cool. It actually forces me to crouch when I get out because of this branch here. Well, I'm gonna keep getting rest as long as it's safe. If the wind picks up a little bit, we'll probably spend some time making birch bark, just to sort of pass the time in a safer manner during wind. Well, I'm glad I got the blizzard earlier today instead of tonight. Getting a blizzard now would be brutal. Eventually, we're going to be chased out of the car by a blizzard, and that's when the real difficulty is going to show up for this. Alright, so we're almost getting 100% burn bonus. Not quite, though. This is the coldest part of the day now, so we're going to spend as much time as possible sleeping and getting our teas ready for the morning. I can go through pretty much all my fuel tonight, looks like. We're going to put a... I wonder if I should go up to Cinder Hills and get coal. That would actually make things a lot easier. I think I'm not going to, just because I'm greedy and I already have a plan to go there later. I think I'm going to loop around the zone in the opposite direction. Let's see. Yeah, just keep sleeping. Maybe we'll make a little bit of water, actually. Yeah, let's do water and sleep for a little bit. Since I left my... I should have carried that skillet, probably. We'll get a pot in the farmhouse, so it's not the end of the world. I just don't like to carry those tools around with me because they weigh so much. Yeah, let's get out here and get this before it boils off. Go ahead and do another batch. Another hour of sleep. This is going really well so far. We're actually making it through a night. Let me see. Probably leave this here and make a little bit more. We're gonna pretty much be forced to move soon. I wonder if it makes sense to do a quick, yeah, let's just do a quick circuit around here and get some more sticks. Should have perhaps done this earlier in the evening when it was warmer out. I don't see any sticks on that side. I guess we'll quickly go to the other side of the road here and see if there's sticks around here. I'm not even sure if I looted this truck yet. I think aren't there some mushrooms up there? I think we have just enough to head up there and grab those, and then we can come back maybe around the rock and not get cold. I don't want to spend any of my teas right now because we're not really traveling. Ooh, 3 mushrooms. Very nice. Yeah, we're getting cold really fast now. I think we can afford to walk just around here. Just in case I see a stick spawn. Doesn't look like we're getting lucky in that regard, though. Alright, so I think we'll use this fuel, get some warmth, get some sleep. And then head over to the cave, and hopefully we can get some deer for breakfast. This is stressful. I'm sure it'll be easier once I get some coal and some teas and a thermos, but man, it's definitely feeling very hard right now. Okay, let's just get more sleep, I think.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Then I'll do my final set of chores. I think I'm going to save this cedar, or am I? Maybe I'm not. We'll see how it goes. If the wind doesn't pick up, it's probably in my interest to sleep as much as I can. I have to remember, this is not an outer challenge. It's soft outer. I can go inside if it gets windy. And when it's not windy and it's super cold like this, that is the ideal time to be sleeping with a fire. So I really need to take advantage of that. Okay, let's make a little more water. I think I am going to go ahead and spam this because it's foggy. We can get a couple more hours of sleep. I want to get as caught up on sleep as possible. Then we're going to have to worry about food. Will be the next... Well, food and fuel are going to be the big things first thing in the morning.
We made it through another night.
Made it through our first night. Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll focus on making teas. Okay, so I think I did a couple of birch bark preps. And I can do a few more while I'm sitting next to the fire here. We're going to be nearly fully rested, which is very nice. Starting to get to the mid-morning time of day, which is a little bit better for traveling. Alright, so we're going to make one of these. I think, yeah, we're going to use the broth. Let's go ahead and heat that up. Probably carry the rest of this water with me. Let's make 2 of these. Actually, how's my health? Yeah, let's make just 2 of these, and then for the next tea I'll make a reishi. Because we don't actually need that much birch bark right now. Definitely don't want to waste healing. So I'll make that, and then craft a reishi. Actually a little bit light on teas as well. I sure hope I jiggled that bra. Yeah, okay, that's safe. That's done. Get these ready. And then, how much time? 19 minutes? Let's just make this and go. And when that's done... anything else I need to do? Let's check food. Yeah. Well, I wish I had risked the, food poisoning tonight, because I actually would have been able to get the full 10 hours of sleep. But you never know what's going to happen, and it would be pretty bad if I got a blizzard. In fact, I'm not even sure what I would do. Just, I wouldn't be able to sleep, so I wouldn't be able to heal the food poisoning. I'll have to carefully consider that before I ever risk food poisoning. Alright, that's going to be ready in 5 minutes. We're going to grab a single torch from this. That's what I should have been doing. I've got some of these to harvest. That's okay. I'll remember next time. Okay. So that's basically ready. Let's grab this. Grab that. Make sure to get my can, my teas, and my broth, and we'll head out. Okay. So I'm pretty hungry, so we'll probably have the broth first. I guess what I can do is take a small sip of this reishi, just to get the warmth buff started. I think the broth gives like a quarter of your bar. 20%, something like that. So we're just going to wander off back here into the fog. Hope I can find this cave. There is a small chance that we get a bedroll in Pleasant Valley, and this cave is one of the places that it could be. It would open up some new opportunities, because I could find like a sheltered nook in some rocks that would be sheltered from more than just like 2 directions. Maybe give me a higher chance of surviving the night, even if the wind picks up. But we can certainly survive without a bedroll for quite a while, due to the rule about the cars. Okay, I think it's time to have this now. So that expired, and the new one should be popping up any second now. There it is. Okay, let's swap out for a new torch. And I'm not going to bother with the recently expired ruined torches. I'll probably pick them up if I see them again, but I'm not going to worry about trying to preserve every last torch. I don't think we're going to be that desperate for fuel that we have to worry about it that much. Oh, I got turned around. We're over near the store, so we need to head more up this way, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be easy to get lost in this fog. But I basically just want to follow this left wall now. I think I'll have one more tea. We're gonna be, pretty soon, we're gonna be at our next spot where we can, warm up with a fire while we're harvesting a deer, probably. I bear a little bit more to the right in the hopes that I can take advantage of some of these stick spawns. So I guess one thing I haven't thought about enough is, I'm not allowed to go to Mystery Lake. I wonder if I'm allowed to go to... I should probably allow the Winding River Cave. So the rule is that transitions can belong to either of the regions. I could always go get coal in Cinder Hills, but maybe I should just get coal from the Winding River Cave, treat that as part of Pleasant Valley. Since it doesn't even really go to Mystery Lake, it goes to, well, it goes to Winding River, of course. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because there's no rule technically that says I couldn't go to Winding River this run. I just can't go to Mystery Lake. Now, I never would go to Winding River, but I can still treat that transition as though it's part of the region. This is looking hard enough in the first place that I think I can easily justify that. Just so we can get a little bit of coal without having to backtrack all the way up to Cinder Hills. Now, one other thing that the bedroll would really help with is, like, for the deer, we could harvest the deer, cook the meat, and sleep for an hour while the meat is cooking. It's a risk, but it would, give us a little bit of our energy back during the day. I can already tell sleep is going to be such a hugely important part. Like, just planning sleep is going to completely change the feel of the game, which is great. I like that. I don't have time to mess around with rabbits right now. So we might leave this for a wolf to grab. Got some more mushrooms. We're getting cold, but the cave is right here. Yeah, he's got his meal. I don't even know where that happened. Hopefully not too close to where I want to be. Here's my deer. Here's the wolf. Okay, stage 1 of misery. We got our diminished form. Alright, what's the temperature here? -19. Well, I'm gonna start a fire. Get some tinder out. Go ahead and do that. I don't think I've ever got any cattails, so maybe we should craft one batch of tinder here as well. I think I got like one cattail. We already spent that head on the other fire. Yeah, I'll craft a little bit of tinder while we're here. Okay, so I need like 20 sticks. Something like 20. Let's just see if that's good enough. Actually, we're gonna need more than that, now that I think about it, because we can't warm up too slowly. Okay, it looks like that wolf is done eating, so he's gonna head home now. Perfect. I'll just stay crouched here for a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna need more fuel on here. Let's do that. Okay. He's stuck? No, he's still going. I guess, since I don't have anything else to do right away, let me just restart this. And let's grab one gut off of here. I'll leave that to cure in the cave. I just need to warm up for a bit longer, so it looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of this. Yeah, I'm starting to see I'm gonna need to have coal. I can't afford to spend half the fuel that I picked up just while we're traveling. So we're gonna have to go get that fuel sooner rather than later. We've got an hour. That's done. I should probably grab the hide as well. Yeah, I think so. This is thawed now, right? Yeah, that should warm us up fully. Make this. Go and grab the hide by hand. And I'll leave these in the cave to cure. That's fine, we'll eat that. We'll probably get close to full off the next piece. Wow, that wolf is so slow getting out of here. I think they don't move while you're harvesting, which is pretty funny. Gotta go check that cave, and I gotta go put this in it. I think I messed that up. Yeah, I canceled it. Let's take this. Leave that on the ground. Wind is picking up, so we need to... Let me go ahead and pull some torches off of this fire as well. We don't lose all 2 hours of fuel if the wind picks up now. Getting much better torches off of this. In fact, I'm probably going to keep grabbing these for a while until my luck runs out, because I need a lot of these eventually. Okay, that one seems to be pretty poor. Alright, 5 minutes until that's ready. Those can stay there. Let's grab this and go set it inside. I wonder what the deal is with the fat. You can turn that into cooking oil, right? I think you can eat it, but it has a food poisoning chance. I wonder if you can do... There's probably no way for you to, like, cook it to get something usable unless you're doing a recipe. No bedroll here. Just put this over here. Didn't need to come back this far. I think I'll carry the hide with me. There's no real compelling reason to leave it behind. I'd rather leave it someplace with a workbench. This, I just don't want the stink on me, so... We did find a hacksaw, which means we also have the option to harvest fir limbs if we want to. Alright, I think the plan is here, let's just get out of here now. Those are ready. We can eat this. I'm gonna do it this way. And... We're missing a little bit of warmth because I let the fire get cold, but that's fine. We'll just go. Make a little bit of the reishi as we're heading out. Okay, grab that, and the can, and this stuff. And just go ahead and drink a very small amount of that. Get us up to max, or nearly max. Okay, so no bedroll there. I think now we're going to loop around. We'll hit the picnic area. Well, the pond and the picnic area. The Winding River Cave, Signal Hill. And I can already see, it looks like it's going to be 2 episodes per region, at least for the start here, because I can't afford to, like, quickly pass a lot of time. I've got to efficiently move around and gather my resources. Like I said, it'll probably get easier, like once we get the, Should probably go grab that birch, once I see it. Forgot I had a hacksaw already. Once we get the coal, and we get a supply of teas, and better clothing. Hoping it'll get a little easier. It's just, it's really hard to say with the, I'm getting further and further off track here. Let's drink this. Let's reset the torch. I'm gonna go grab that sapling now. Definitely keeping me on my toes. At least we have high health. And I can afford to lose a little bit of health in a minute here. In fact, that's probably the last tea I'll drink for now. And we'll get a little bit cold on our way to the next location. Okay, so I don't think it makes sense to go all the way up there. Let's cut through this lower area. I don't think there's much to be had up there. The picnic area should be like on the left up here. Pond is roughly straight ahead. Now, one thing I need to be aware of, let's say I do make it to the cave and get coal. Where am I going to sleep that night? Might have to go... There's some cars down on the road closer to the farmhouse. There's a car at the farmhouse, but it has like no shelter around it. And there's some cars at the curve at the end too, so I guess we have a few options. Try to not get the attention of that wolf. Nope. As soon as I said it. So do I see the picnic area yet? Let me just see if I can lose him on this terrain here. I think so. That seems to have worked. Alright. Is there a body around? Why is there a feather? Are there more feathers? Is there like an invisible body around here somewhere? Oh, it's right here. Never mind. Not invisible, just behind something. Now, if I remember correctly, there's also the forest cave up just on this side. Let me go see if that's the forest cave right there. There might be some loot, maybe some cedar firewood or something in there. Hopefully enough to make it worth the trip. That scared the heck out of me. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's just let him come charge me again. How did I not see him? He like appeared somewhere. Okay, come charge me. We're just gonna use the tree trick. Come on in.
Did I say I hate being
Nope.
cold? 'Cause
Didn't
I
work.
really do.
Alright, fine. We'll just do the throw the torch at the wolf trick. Fine. There you go. How's that? I almost clicked off the torch there and wasted a match. I don't know why I was so resistant to using that. So this must be the wrong place. Maybe it's oh shoot, we attracted another wolf. I should probably just get some stones and use the old torch plus stone trick. It's just, I don't know. Feels so cheesy. Not that the way I handled that wolf didn't feel cheesy, but... take a little bit of health damage here. Maybe we'll just warm up in the cave. That way we won't need as much fuel.
Oh, so cold.
Here's some rocks. I think we'll just switch to the rock trick when it makes sense to use it. Just too much trouble to do otherwise. Eventually I'll go back to doing a run like Scarcity where I'll probably mod the wolves to just always charge you, and we'll have a rule where they can't be afraid of fire, and it'll just be a much more engaging experience instead of this where, you know, you just learn the tricks and you jump through the hoops, and that's all there is to it. We might even be able to, we're careful here, and use some terrain that's not walkable. Might be able to just lose him. Let's see if he's still after us. Yeah, I think we lost him. That's the easier way to handle it. We got in here just in time for the wind.
Never know.
More food poisoning food. We're actually warm back here. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I forgot to do tinder. Let's just see if we get lucky. We're about to get cattails from the pond, so if I succeed at this, we'll never have to craft
Come on, little fire.
tinder. Okay. Perfect, as Astrid likes to say. So we're probably going to need about plus 10, plus 15, something like that. Let's just do that. And we're going to make some more water. We're going to heat up some teas. Let's get this heated up. And this heated up. Let's see. I have to harvest some torches. I also want to craft some more reishis. Yeah, it's getting late. We're going to have to get down to the road to a car. I really wanted to loot Signal Hill first while we're up high. I just don't think there's going to be time for it. Oh, there's a wolf here. Get out of here. Why does he keep coming back? It's weird. Pretty warm. I think I'll throw a couple more of these on. He's still here? I don't see him. Yeah, I don't know if I ever fully finished this thought from a while ago. But because I'm being forced to travel so slowly and like take things so carefully at the start here, I think we'll do 2 episodes per region transition, essentially. Can you get out of here? What is up with you? Just don't come back. He shouldn't know I'm in here. I think he's wandering off now. Just have to be careful not to make any loud noises that would draw him back in, probably. Okay, so back to my plan here. So yeah, I'll try to do maybe like a day and a half per episode. We'll see. I don't know. We're already well into day 2. And on day 3, we basically have to be... Oh, geez. Yeah, this is not going well at all. On day 3, we basically have to get out of here. Oh, I gotta completely change my plan. I didn't realize I was so slow. Yeah, it turns out adding all these crazy rules actually slows you down so much. Okay. So what are the most important things to do? Get birch bark, check the plane crash. Check the farmhouse. I guess I'll see how much I can do tonight. I might not even go to the cave anymore. We'll see. We're about ready to go here. I think I'll just go with 2 teas. Maybe, yeah, let's do 1 more just in case I need it. And I think I just need to harvest torches for right now instead of crafting teas. These are going to be too heavy for me. So we'll just do as many of these as we can, and then we'll pull torches and go. I guess I've still got a fair amount of travel time, because I probably don't want to sleep until, I don't know, closer to midnight, depending on... I'm only at half energy. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be ready by the time I'm done with this. Let's grab these. I want to get all of these off, so let's go ahead and grab... Ah, no! Let me grab it. Okay, I got it just in time. Get that last torch. Unfortunately, dropping those torches made sound, so our friend might be back. Okay, so that finished. Perfect. These are worn, and off we go. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Okay, so that's our first match down. Let's go and drink a little bit of the reishi. I think we're going to get some more teas up here. There's the road. There is a wolf that likes to hang around here. Feeling particularly vulnerable right now. Okay, well that's nice. The wind is ending at least. Possible to get a mag lens up here. That would actually be pretty sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and drink that. And I guess we'll pop down here. Get these cattails and rose hips on this side. I think the first region is going to feel a little bit short, just because of the way, like we started on day 1, and the way I'm doing it, day 3 is my travel day, and day 6 is my travel day. So we're going to have closer to like 2.5 days in Pleasant Valley before we have to travel. But then every other time after that we'll have basically the full 3 days, minus whatever little bit of time we spend on travel itself. So it's not that bad. We'll go get those cattails in a second. I'm going to start here, and then I'll just work my way around the edge. There's our insulated flask. Very nice. Let me just do this now, then. We want to put the birch bark tea in there, I think. Oops. My hand in the wrong position on the keyboard. Okay, we got another book. Another tin of sardines. Wow. Got lots of sardines to eat. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking more about my plan here, and I think I just need to push things. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to go get all the coal from the cave. We're not actually going to go into Winding River. But we're going to go up there and get the coal, and then I hope we'll have time to stop at Signal Hill on the way. But we got to make our way down to the road to find a car to sleep on. Probably the one at the bridge. I'm going to grab all these cattails for tinder and food. I may... This is hardly the ideal time of day to do it, but remember, we're also going to heal a little bit while we're sleeping. A very little bit. Plus, we might find herbal tea in Signal Hill, and that would boost our sleep healing. So, I think I'm going to take a fair amount of cold damage. Other sewing kit, more cloth. Oh, this is nice, having all this extra cloth. But I don't have to spend time harvesting.
Starting to feel numb.
Okay, so now I think we head... Yeah, we go straight to the bridge and the cave. Take a little bit of cold damage while we're headed to the cave. I'm gonna have to spend another match to loot the cave, which is fine. And then we'll probably have a fire in there. There can be a deer. Oh, it's late. We got so much to do. Yeah, it's really weird only being able to sleep in the car.
If I don't warm up soon.
We're actually quite far from them right now. But I just know having all this coal is going to make things much more reliable, and I may not even have time to go all the way to the... Oh, there can be a bedroll in the Misty Falls cave, too. I forgot about that. I was just thinking about the outdoor bedrolls, but we might not even have time to check all the outdoor bedroll spawns. We're going to have to make some tough decisions about what to loot this time versus the next time we come back to Pleasant Valley. Gonna be tricky. Alright, hopefully the bear isn't anywhere right around here. I think that can be a bear cave. I'm officially overweight, so let's just ditch some of this stuff. Trying to think, is there anything obvious that I know I'm carrying that I don't need to be? Besides a ton of sticks. And drop all the sticks just inside the cave here while we loot it. Eventually we'll get the well-fed buff. That'll counteract this diminished form nonsense. That's going to be once we're already in Coastal Highway. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Coastal Highway first. This is a tricky challenge. I guess it's just over this next ridge that we can get up onto the high ground. I don't think... It's not there, is it? You must be able to do it. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. We're about to stop taking cold damage. Okay, so let's check my inventory. We can probably afford to drop 2 of those, and yeah, we don't need 71 sticks right now. I'm gonna drop like 40 or 50 of these, and we'll just pick them all back up later. I think, yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't want to carry all these around with me. Maybe we'll leave some behind. Alright, let's quickly get this cave done. I'll probably leave any coal on this first segment to pick up on the way back. So in case you didn't read the rules, the way we're doing the transitions, like the caves and the mines, at least, is that they always belong to one of the regions that they connect to, and you just have to be consistent. So for example, when we go to Coastal Highway, we'll have to decide if that transition mine belongs to the Pleasant Valley side or the Coastal Highway side. And then the rule for traveling will only apply when you change to the region that it's not a part of. Alright, I don't have time to do anything else here, but I am going to quickly harvest the meat off of this and make a small fire to cook it while we're exploring the rest of the cave. So let's grab this in 18 minutes. Cook a double batch of meat, and should be able to loot out the rest of the cave while that's happening. So let's just go back out to the main entrance here, and I'll probably have my Probably warm up my teas here later too. Okay, so I should have cattails now. Whoops, definitely want the torch. Cattail head, and should have a book, right? Yeah, do that. Best use of the fire starting book is to start fires. I probably should have reset my torch. Yeah, just do that. Okay, out of the way, torch. Book again. Okay, so at least this will give me a little bit of leeway with calories. I'm gonna have
Come on, little fire.
tons of sticks and tons of coal going forward, so I think we're starting to stabilize a little bit.
Oh yeah. That's
Only problem is now we basically have tomorrow to loot everything else that we want to loot and exit the region. It's gonna be pretty tricky. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, only sticks on here, I think. And we only need about an hour. I'll throw a little bit extra on. Let's do this. We might as well have this going. And let's finish out the rest of this cave. Coal is lighter than sticks, so... And reclaimed wood is also lighter than sticks, so I guess we'll grab this as well. There's another stick. Okay, so we did one branch off. I think it's just, come on. Yeah, there's a few branches off down here. Should be able to do all that before that expires. Anything at this fire? Doesn't look like it. Drink some water to cut this weight a little bit more. Okay, I'll get all this on the way back out. I probably don't even need to loot every last bit of this. In fact, I think I have more than enough sticks for now. So that goes out towards the Winding River entrance. There's some coal there for the way back. And there's some coal back here. Okay. Yeah, I just can't afford to carry that many sticks. We'll leave them here. Guess I could put them... I'll pile some at the entrance. Because we might be back this way much later in the run and feel differently about the need for sticks. Okay, let's grab this coal down here if it exists. Oh, we got some loot here. Another fire starting book. Well, book for starting fires at least. Okay, so now we just need to go grab our meat and get to a car. I guess... Oh man, I don't know. I'm actually confused as to where we are. I think this is right. Yeah, this is right. It's so late already. And we're so tired. We'd better get that other tea out as well. So, 11 minutes, that's got enough time on it. Let's harvest some torches. Maybe we should actually do a, yeah, we should probably do a reishi. Nah, we don't really have time. We just need to get going. I'm gonna harvest some of these worst torches and then we'll head out. Yeah, man, time is in such short supply. We're gonna have to grab a few more torches as well. Okay, that's not ideal. Guess we'll just eat it off the ground. I don't know when we're going to do the food poisoning night. I guess probably some other time we're in Pleasant Valley. In fact, I'll probably leave all this food poisoning food at Thompson's because we obviously can't carry it with us. Okay, let's grab torches and go. Yep, that's safe to eat. We're nice and full. Grab these, and let's go. Got a little bit of coal to pick up on the way out of here. So slow now. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to leave a lot of sticks at the entrance. The coal is obviously more valuable, so... I think the sticks, like, we're not going to need to go completely ham on the sticks anymore now that we actually have coal. So the sticks will just be left behind in various locations. I'll still pick them up and we can, like, stockpile them near cars and stuff later on, or just in good places to sleep. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll do 2 days per episode, so we'll get like 2 sleeps, and then each episode will end there. All we need to do here is figure out what we're dropping, right? So we are carrying way too much, yeah. I think I'm just going to drop most of this. We just have a huge amount of fuel here now. But I got a lot of coal, so it's okay. Let's drink a little bit of our reishi again. And then we'll drink the birch later on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the Hunter's Blind in the cave up here. I'm just going to walk straight to Signal Hill, because we'll find either tea or coffee there. Either one will be useful for this run. And, oh man, this wind is going to slow me down so much. I don't even know what the best way is to get to Signal Hill. Do I bear more right? Here's the road. There's some teas here. I never take this route. I always go up there to get the Hunter's Blind and whatnot. Okay, so that expired, so we gotta drink our birch bark. The nice thing about Signal Hill is once we're there, we can just go down to the road and there will be a car right there. And that'll be the upper area handled, and then I'm not even sure I'm going to make it to the plane crash. We might just go grab the last of the birch bark and immediately head to... Oh, I'm messing up. I'm going to... Oh my gosh, the controls got me. Messed up the controls. Alright, I think we'll go torchless if we don't see a wolf. The one problem is we might need a torch to loot Signal Hill. Although we can use the safe house trick. See in the dark. I've got to get rid of some of this stuff. I just can't afford to be carrying all that. We can always make water when we sleep, so we never need to carry that much water around. Gotta think about what else I can leave behind. I think we'll probably leave a supply stash at Signal Hill. It's just gonna be too slow traveling. Once I get the loot from there, too. Well fed will make this a little bit easier when that rolls around. I think we'll leave the food poisoning food at Signal Hill as well. It seems like I'm not going to be able to risk that for quite some time. My theory is that later in the run, when I have better clothing and catch up a little bit with the temperature curve, and I have tools and stuff, it'll just be easier to spend time on loot organization and figuring out what goes where. So just gonna kind of dump and run, I think. I don't know if we can get around this side. We might have to go up this way. At least the weather is being very cooperative. Oh geez, we still got a long way to go. Yeah, we're still only here. Gotta go down and back up. Finally get to Signal Hill. So it's currently day 2.
I can't feel my feet.
Day 3 is our travel day. So by the rules that I made, we essentially have to be finished traveling by the end of day 3. But we can travel at any point. So essentially, I'm going to sleep halfway across the map from where we need to travel. Yeah, I'm thinking I might not even get to the plane crash, unfortunately. I'll have to do it the next time we come through here. I think we'll hit the farmhouse,
Need to find a place to rest.
the barn, maybe the birch forest if we have time, and then we just have to go straight back to Thompson's and the mine so we can get out of there. When you think about today, we only made it from Thompson's to here, essentially.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
I did keep my health high today, though, so we could afford to let our health drain a little bit tomorrow, and we'll have coffee if we need to do some sprinting. Yeah, it's looking like I'm going to have to light this torch up here, just to be able to loot. I don't remember. I guess the opening's right there. Yeah, so we go in this way. There's some wood outside. We'll just grab that on the way out. Let's check and see if there's a pry bar over here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, in we go. At least we can go inside. Alright, looks like maybe I can get away without the torch. I'm just going to leave those fuses here. We're obviously going to drop some more. I'm going to leave that antiseptic as well. I might light a torch as I'm leaving, just to double check everything here, because it is quite dark. I'd love to get a flare to have as an emergency backup. There it is. There's frequently a flare either there, or I think it can be behind that desk there too. Wires, we're just going to leave right here. I'd love to get some extra tea or coffee from one of these. Use a little bit of luck here. Okay, nothing behind there. I checked those. So I guess we're just doing the this room and then we can leave. Yeah. After we drop loot. It looks like we ended up with coffee. Not bad. Actually, something unique about this challenge that I'm actually interested in both tea and coffee. And hey, I got a little bit of herbal tea too. I'll probably save that for when our health is a bit lower so we can heal more at night. I'm not going to need it right away. Combat boots, I think I'm just going to throw on. And we don't have the capacity to carry those right now. We'll probably rely on just finding some leather. The work gloves I will carry. Jeans I might as well throw on. I don't think the work gloves are going to be better than this. No, they're about the same. Once repaired, they'll be... Yeah, I just don't have time to do any repairs or anything, so we're going to leave everything here. Okay, so quickly, going through the categories. When I'm gonna leave a book here. I don't want to carry that many around. Clothing is fine. Food. We're gonna drop all the food poisoning food here. I actually have a lot of food now. Okay, everything else is safe. I don't need to be carrying salt around. I have no idea why I have that. Let's make another pile over here. And let's see. I think I want the torches. Don't want this fuse. Book flare, sewing kit. All that's good. A little bit of lamp oil, never hurt anyone. Let's leave flare. Let's leave the feathers here for right now. Let's leave this here to cure, this here to cure. 72 rose hips. That's my priority when we get time to craft. Okay, I think we're... Oh, geez. How are we still at 24? I just dropped everything. Alright, let's just get down there and sleep. I can always drop more stuff if I really want to. Did I forget anything? I think we're okay. We're just gonna take some cold damage on our way down to the car. Let's go grab this extra piece of fuel.
I can't feel my hands.
And just get out of here. Oof. This is rough. At least we're gonna get to sleep roughly on time. Got most of the important stuff done. Next time I come to Pleasant Valley, the goal will probably be to go to Timberwolf afterwards, so that'll be a better time to loot Misty Falls and the plane crash and all that stuff up closer to Timberwolf. Okay, looks like we just have to hope we don't get a sprain on the way down here. Not that it matters, because we're about to sleep anyway. Oh, I was going to check with a torch. Let's see. Do we have any bears or anything around? I don't see any. I think we'll save these to loot later. Those mushrooms. It is quite hard to see through the snow. Wow, my energy is almost 0. We're gonna have to make some difficult cuts. In fact, one of the hardest parts of this is I'm planning to go to Bleak Inlet, and the next several days are going to be spent in coastal regions. So I was really hoping to get at least one ptarmigan vest done. It doesn't look like that's very likely to happen. So that might have to wait for much later, unfortunately. There's the car next to the bridge. That's our target. Okay, so now we start picking up every stick just to preserve fuel. I think we'll spend 1 coal to get up to temperature. And we can follow the power lines to the barn or the farmhouse if we get into trouble. Okay, hopefully there's no wolf or bear right here. Looks good. Which side is best? I don't know that it matters. Yeah, I guess we'll start it... Well, yeah, okay, we'll do the other side then. Let's do a torch. I'm gonna start it... Oh, geez, the wind just started. That's not good. Let's use a book.
Come on, little fire.
Okay,
Perfect.
I don't want to throw a ton of sticks on this, so let's just throw 1 coal on. Get in the car. Hopefully that's going to be warm enough. Let's put this out. One thing we can do... I think I'm going to risk an hour of sleep first. But I think I want to set up my teas and stuff too. That way if the wind does come in and blow this out, I can quickly drink a tea to get warm if it's still warm. Okay, make sure we can step out without getting in the fire. No, it's pretty close. Maybe I'll use the other side. Should have started it. I should have turned it around probably so that the cooking slots were closer. Alright, let's throw a few sticks on here. What kind of teas do we have to make? We have birch bark. And let's make a rosehip tea. Now that we have a few teas stored up, I think we can sleep for another hour. Let's throw a few more sticks on here. I really hope I jiggled those teas. I think oh, that's probably the water, never mind. Yeah, it's the water. Okay, so that's all good. That seems to be wind, so let's make this rosehip tea, do a little bit of crafting. Unfortunately, the wind seems to be in exactly the wrong direction. The barn is right there. And from there we can follow the power lines. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose possibility of sleeping here. Unless we get very lucky. Okay, it seems like we got lucky. Nope. Still looks bad. I don't know, I might have to just risk it.
Don't rest suit, I'm gonna faint.
Let's put a couple of birch barks in the thermos and put that down next to the fire. That way we'll definitely have warm stuff to drink if we need to. This is almost foolish with the wind, but I'm gonna try to get some sleep anyway. See what happens. Wow, we have almost no water. We'll get some from the toilets, but I guess I'm just gonna keep making more. Oh, I think I didn't put more duration on the fire, unfortunately. Yeah, let's throw a few more on here. We might lose this water now, but it's okay. Should be able to get it if I'm fast in the morning, or when I wake up, I mean, not in the morning. Getting pretty lucky here. Alright, let's throw a couple of pieces of reclaimed on. Let's keep doing more water. Drink a little bit. Unfortunately, I just have to sleep for an hour at a time because I can't risk my fire being blown out. We'll get situations where we can risk sleeping for longer, but in the early game, before I have good clothes, we're gonna be stuck doing this for a little while. In the morning, I should remember to cook a potato during my last hour of sleep. Get another warmth buff out of that. Hey, it's calmed down now. Perfect. I don't want to make too much water. Just make a little bit more, and then we can... Since the wind has died down, I might risk throwing a bit more fuel on and actually sleeping for longer periods. Well, not longer, but like not exiting the car in between sleeps. Unless I hear the wind. Yeah, in fact, let's do that now. So we're going to do that. We don't need this anymore. We got enough teas. It's officially morning, but we're going to try to get as much as we can out of this. So let's go and put 2 hours worth of fuel on here. Let's go ahead and sleep for 2 hours. Might grab a little bit of food. Ooh. This is looking a lot worse on the other side of getting rid of all that food. We're gonna have to stop for a deer today. Yikes. I guess we'll eat this. And maybe a couple of cattails. We can get more cattails. Just we don't have a lot of time. It's already day 3. This is our travel day. We need to get out of here. Oh man, I don't know about this. Alright, let's get an hour of sleep. If it's not too windy, we'll get another hour of sleep immediately afterwards. Okay. That's why we only sleep for an hour at a time. And unfortunately, we didn't even get cold. Let's quickly grab this and get back inside. We're going to drink this to stay warm while we travel. Okay. Let's grab all this stuff. That, and we gotta go. So I think what I'll do is I'll create a save point right up here at the barn. Here's the barn. Hopefully I'm still warm in here.
Gotta warm up somehow.
We're gonna hit hypothermia risk. Yeah, I'm warm here. Okay, so that's our save point. Next time we'll loot this.
So cold.
We'll probably walk through the blizzard to loot the
Wanna lay down
farmhouse.
for a bit.
And then we'll do all of our preparation there. And as soon as the blizzard ends, we need to skedaddle. It's going to be rough. We're probably going to have to cook some coffee at the farmhouse and use it because we're just not going to be able to get the sleep that we need. So coffee is going to be a huge priority to stock up and use. All right, well, that's it for episode 1. These will probably be relatively infrequent. I'm thinking maybe once a week. I'm just now getting back into recording, so don't hold me to that. But that's what I'm thinking. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.